games, they're there. They just, at the end, to close the games, to lock it down, they fail. And it's just a little bit of lack of experience.
I agree, 100%.
And, you know, they get to their spots. I mean, they'll lose bodies, they'll kill bodies in the break, but if they're closing the games, it's a little lacking.
So here we go on the breakout. Chicago Aftershock losing Carl Markowski, who a couple of their games has just had a hard time staying alive off the break. And considering how fast he is, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is with that.
You get your first shot in there on him, it's probably going to hit him because you can keep up with the ball, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I think Carl said he's used to his advantage quite a bit, but then at the same time it hurts him, right? Because, you know, you get that first shot up there right away. Like, as you've got great shooters on X Factor, they put that first ball in there, he's going to get hit.
Absolutely, so that's going to help out San Antonio X Factor. Unfortunately for them, Archie Montemayor, arguably their best player, he gets shot out by AJ Lawhead. So it's 4-on-4 right now. Kemp, Goff, Roberts, and Bernacchi on the field, but Colt Roberts catching one as well on that D side of the field. And here comes Shock. They have good field position in the center of the field. AJ Lawhead up there. They lose Rob Velez as well as he gets shot out by Grayson Goff.
Trying to fill out to the Dorito side. Chris Sosi now in that big Dorito. Scott Kemp really feeling the pinch.
And Billy Bernacchio walking off on the snake side here. So bodies dropping for these teams, and 3-on-2. Scotty Kemp and Grayson Goff left alive. And here comes...
Is that Brian McKenna?
Yeah, Brian McKenna for Chicago Aftershock. Go ahead.
Yeah, jumping in the snake right away. He realized he had the pressure from Grayson, but he's got to say, hopefully he's got a coach telling him that, hey, Grayson gets eliminated, that there's no pressure there. You know, this is some of the things you see experience-wise. You got to know that, you know, play the tape, not let those guys fill out, and keep the pressure on, right? Because you let Grayson get out to that corner, he's going to do damage. So I don't know if that's a lack of, you know, coaching from Shock Snake side, or.
Well, AJ Lawhead actually got up in the middle right away, and he's the one that shot Archie. Archie backed all the way up. I don't think he knew that AJ was there, and AJ chopped Archie in half, trying to backfill behind Billy Bernacchio into that corner. Yeah. Good job right there by Chris Sosine to close out that game. Big Sos went into that big Dorito, and Scott Kemp went into that big Dorito too. Came in, put the pressure on Grayson Goff. I think he shot him out, and then came into that 50 Dorito, and then really put the squeeze on Scott Kemp in that Dorito one as well.
Scott Kemp had a great day yesterday. That was some of the best paintball I've seen him play recently. He was killing tons of guys out there, looking real fast. You can tell he's been doing some sprints because he looks the fastest I've seen him since before he originally blew his ACL out like 6 years ago. So we'll see if X Factor can get back in here. First point, though, goes to Chicago Aftershock. Really great start for them. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, and thank you for accessing awesome paintball gear from RazaLife.com.
Yeah, you know, Raza believes in creating something for absolutely everyone. You can customize any Raza jersey or have your own custom jersey designed just for you.
Wow, Raza sure makes it easy to represent who you are and where you're from with custom jerseys, pants, and much more.
You really can get in on the action and feast on all Raza has to offer by calling right away.
So the story of the year right now is how Raza can really bring out the style your team is looking for. Thanks for checking out RazaLife.com. Come right back after watching this tournament.
Here we go, split screen, breakout, X Factor on your left, Aftershock on your right. And it looks like X Factor and Shock both a clean break, 5 alive for both teams. Same field position essentially, except a little bit better field position for San Antonio X Factor as they have Colt Roberts in good position on the drill side of the field. Shock still fighting to get out on that side.
Shock making a mistake though, Matty, and so again you got AJ Lawhead going up the field, locking off the snake side. I heard he's been doing some good work up the middle, getting a lot of kills.
Lawhead's a baller, man, for sure, and he's definitely, you know, that's the thing. I feel strongly that I think the talent level on Shock is good enough that given some time and some more training that they could contend out here, but they just need to tighten it up. They make way too many mistakes still, especially after the first part of the game.
Yeah, the games that AJ makes it up into that X, he's definitely doing damage. We saw him a little bit yesterday in his second game get chopped up a little bit going there, but as long as he gets there, he's getting a kill and he's doing his job exactly the way he's supposed to. Right now he's in there. He's going to keep Billy Bernacchio from making that bump across to the snake. He's got Todd Morrow on the inside. I'm sorry, that's Dixon Yang and Todd Morrow over here on the snake side. And right away, there's AJ Lawhead getting a shot in on Dixon Yang. Took a quick peek to the inside and got shot. And here goes AJ Lawhead trying to make a move, but Todd Morrow blows him up. as he comes out to the snake side corner.
Yeah, Carl Morkowski getting shot out of that snake as well as X Factor fills out to the stand-up on the snake side. Still alive out there. Grayson Goff, Colt Roberts, and Todd Morris. Todd Morrow making that move out wide. And here comes the attack on the Dorito side, or at least a move up on the Dorito side as Colt Roberts tries to get some progression up the field, and Shock losing bodies on that side. So just Sosine and Velez left alive for Shock.
Oh, what a shot right there from the Snake One. Backing about 6 feet off of Snake One. He leaned back and shot Grayson Goff.
It's Rob Velez.
Rob Velez shoots Grayson Goff out of that snake Dorito side can.
It was really a heads-up play right there.
Yeah.
To know that shot, he backed up, and
That's
that made it
high level. That's high level right there for sure.
And that changed it from a 3-on-2 in favor of X Factor to a 2-on-2 with matched up field position.
Yeah, a little bit better. Well, now as Velez is moving up the snake, I'd say a little bit better. And here comes Todd Morrow trying to run down Velez and the snake to turn it into a one-on-one. Ooh,
there's
major penalty on Todd. Oh, wow. So,
and then, yeah, look at that. Smart play. Knew you got the penalty, ran it in. Got to start with the full 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and Todd Morrow he's just looking confused right now.
Well, I saw Rob come up at least twice to shoot at him. So, I mean, you got to think he'd probably get him the first time, and then Todd kept running. I mean,
I think Todd was trying to make sure he traded out with them.
But Nino said it, though, man. Right before, you got to,
And Ninos knows because he got 3 major penalties just an event ago. And so now X Factor just continuing to be haunted by those major penalties. And Todd Morrow's going to have to serve his time. We'll be right back here, 15:58 to play. Score going to be Shock 2, X Factor 0. We'll be right back.
The 2013 season of the CXBL has officially come to a close. Thanks to all the players and sponsors for once again making the CXBL one of North America's greatest leagues. Stay tuned to buypbl.com on Facebook. The 2014 season is just around the corner.
So here we go. This game brought to you by PB Nation. Join the conversation. Go to PB Nation. They have a huge buy, sell, trade section, as well as just tons of people from every type of paintball you can imagine. All the leagues, all the teams, all the styles of ball.
I think I'm on PB Nation as much as I'm on Facebook.
Yeah. So 15:58 to go. 2-0 is the score. Chicago Aftershock controlling this match so far, and this is not how San Antonio X Factor thought they would start the day.
They do get a kill on the break, though, Matty.
That's going to help out.
Yeah,
so,
and then going up the middle is probably a good idea.
So Davey Simmons, no kills for him yet. It's been AJ Lahed, Velez, and Sosine doing the work. I got Sosine on my fantasy team, so let's get me some points.
Me too, me too.
Yeah. Sosine started that game with his gun off, ran to his bunker, turning his gun on, allowed X Factor to get out on the Dorito side.
Hey, he's still alive, though, so that's good.
Yes, it is. Aftershock with bodies over there on the Dorito side. We got Sosine in the can. As Sos comes up the middle, AJ Lahed in that center as Archie Montemayor gets shot out of the center for X Factor. Sosine attacks that tall temple on the Dorito side.
And you know what? As I was about to say, Shock started that point up on bodies on the break, right? And they lose a body on the break, and they didn't make any moves. They stayed calm. And Sos, being the experienced player that he is, he knows, hey, they got a major penalty. Got to get up the field. Got to get this guy out of the center. I'm not sure if he got the kill, but he made that move. He's guns up. Shock's lost a couple bodies now, but they got to know, hey, man, let's get in position to shoot the guy coming out of the box. I think it's a 2-on-2.
Well, and the thing is, too, Nick, trying to co-sign on what you're saying, is that is a veteran move because he goes up there now, and the only attacker that's even close is on that Dorito side for X Factor, and Sosine's going to be able to control him pretty well from there because he's going to have to come out and try to, and Sosine's going to have to drop on him. It's Sosine's ball right here up in the center, but he's just going to have to pick and choose his battles here. But who's behind him? It looks...
It could be Caleb.
No, it's Velez. Rob Velez needs to get out wide.
And that's interesting because say he's shooting cross trying to hold Colton on the Dorito. And you're playing some pretty long ball there, and Colt's just sitting there. I don't know if Colt might be shooting at somebody else he thinks could be down the Dorito tape, but I'm surprised Grayson hasn't tried to fill out. Well, I say Chris is on the snake side.
Well, better
Grayson.
I don't even know who has better field position because there's no one on the. Oh, look at this! And then coming out of the box is Todd Morrow, but
Chris got him. He wrapped and got him.
Sosine wrapped and got him. So Sosine balling it up in there, keeping it to a 2-on-2 right now.
Yeah, Sosine now.
That's 5 confirmed kills for Chris Sosine and just 3 points so far. And who's going to win this one at this point? We don't know. Shock, though, with Sosine up there doing work in the center, kind of in the driver's seat. But Colt Roberts, who's a vet and a baller, needs to try to make it happen over there on the D side for San Antonio X Factor. 13:26 to go, 2-on-2 here.
Yeah, Colt was able to sneak out to that temple on the Dorito side when Sosine switched to look snake side. And now Colt was just waiting on Sos, but Sos came right back out and put Colt back in. Colt's going to try and get dominance on the outside, make a move up to that mini Dorito. Sosine's going to back up. Oh, and Sosine backs up and does the okie doke to Colt Roberts.
Ooh, but it's a one-on-one.
Now it's a one-on-one. Chris and Grayson, no.
And Sosine doesn't know, and I think Grayson's going to try to take advantage of that and come around, try to execute him. And Grayson Goff. Oh, so Grayson Goff, and there's a major penalty on somebody. I think it's on Sos.
Yeah, Sosine.
Oh.
That's the most flags I've seen for one person. He's got to get in the box.
Well, and so Sosine getting a ton of fantasy points for everybody, but he's got to get in the box and start that.
They blew the penalty.
They already blew it.
Okay.
So Sosine's going to be frustrated with that one because he played so well up there before that major penalty.
Yeah, and you know what? You can't see what happened. You saw Grayson Grunt. I'm sure it was just a jerk like, ah! And you know, he put a paw on him, you're going to get the penalty.
Yeah, that's there. Then there's 15 of them standing at you, 15 refs standing right there, so that's not when you want to try to get that jerk kill.
Yeah.
Wow, so here we go. Sosine going to be in the box. X Factor gets the point. 1-2 is the score. We got ourselves a 1-point match. 12:48 to go. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, Fantasy of Flight, Polk City, Florida. There's all these ancient planes flying around the sky around here, man. These 80-year-old planes. So
fantastic.
So
Yeah, it's
wonderful.
it's a beautiful day here today. It's a little hot, but still.
Cooler today with the breeze. I like
Yeah,
it.
the breeze is kicking in here, and actually, this is some of the best World Cup weather we've had in a little while. Sometimes it's real hot down here. Starting to see the smoke come from the UWL field too. Smoke bombs are being thrown over in the woods.
So if you guys are just tuning in, though, we got Aftershock versus X Factor. Shock with a major penalty, Chris Sosine in the box, making all their bodies alive, and even with X Factor being up the center, shooting that snake lane, being able to get out into the snake and the snake corner. So pretty impressive. I think it's Ninos up there.
No, it's
feeling the pinch, and he's just got eliminated.
Did Ninos get a spin?
I think that's Ninos.
He did. Dimitri Ninos getting out there.
Didn't get the job done, unfortunately. Didn't hold that lane down, but
I've got Dimitri on my fantasy team.
You put an injured player on your fantasy team?
He said he was going to play. I had faith in him. I want to see what the kid had in him.
Well, so far, not very much.
Not very much.
But
no.
hey, got to give it off. Hats off to Shock. Starting the game with 4 bodies, a major penalty. They're wearing the clock down, and they're getting some pretty key kills on X Factor.
Yeah, that's Davey Simmons on your screen right there, number 00 from Chicago Aftershock with 7 kills, 1,400 fantasy points out here.
Cha-ching.
You know, just like he said, trying to burn some of that clock off, occupy that field position. I think he just got some help come in behind him. Dixon Yang getting shot out of that snake side temple.
Well, X Factor goes ahead and concedes the point there, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Saves the time on that major penalty.
Look like they're not going to get that point real quick, so definitely see if they could, because teams would run off a couple points in 44 seconds left on that major, score quick points. So X Factor opting to blow the horn, give their 5 another shot. But
yeah, so right now, Shock looking real solid, Todd. And with Davey Simmons, McKenna, Ginter left alive there, and Billy Bernacci and Scott Kemp, the last players left alive for San Antonio X Factor. 11 minutes and 33 seconds to go. And we got some great games coming at you this afternoon. I'm looking forward to see how Impact, who I feel honestly look like they could be the favorite here after seeing everybody play so far. Maybe Houston Heat, though. You guys did step it up today.
We did all right.
No, you guys finished strong. I mean, you had some close. You demolished Dynasty, which was a big statement, I think. But Dynasty also got rolled up pretty hard by the Ironmen, too. But
that was a good game.
But you guys beat them worse than the Ironmen beat them. 7-0 is worse than 4-0. Let's take a look here at the afternoon's competition coming at you. Next up, Edmonton Impact taking on Los Angeles Infamous. Damage going to take on Shock, and Damage looking like they have some chinks in their armor. And then, so, you know, we're watching Shock play right now, and then Infamous X Factor and Damage Impact to end the prelims. So it looks like X Factor's calling a timeout. So out of what have you seen? You've been watching some games out there, Nick. What do you think about the games that are coming up here? How do you think Damage looks? How do you think Impact looks?
The first Damage game surprised me against X Factor.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beatdown.
But, you know, the game against, I watched some of the afternoon games, the Aftershock Infamous game. I thought that'd be a really good game, and it turned out to be a really good game. Infamous and Damage was a great game, you know, and that was a crazy finale. You know, you saw some mental errors there on Infamous at the end where I thought they should have easily pulled that game out, and they didn't.
I thought so too. All Brad needed to do was stay alive.
Stay alive. Why'd he crawl down the snake?
I don't know.
But say it's World Cup. It's the last term of the year. You have to go into these things. You have to have your game plan and everything set. I think that's what helped us out tremendously against the Ironmen and Dynasty. We talked a lot about the mental game. We thought our plays and everything were pretty good. But stay positive, stay focused. And I think you're seeing the better teams in the afternoon bracket. Those are the ones that are winning.
Well,
right?
You guys had a pretty. You won your 2 games the first day, but those games were pretty close.
And that's where you saw our mental errors.
Exactly,
I mean,
and there
tons of them.
Yeah, tons of mental errors. Now you were able to get those victories, and that's the most important thing. But you know, you guys played Crew 5-4. That was a close one in your first one against 187, and then you played Moscow Red Legion. Now both 187 Crew and Legion, those are your softer games. And I mean, Legion went 0-4, and then you 7-4'd Legion. But they went up 3 points on you guys.
We talked about that. It's like, you know what? It feels weird. We haven't gone in the hole yet. Like we were joking about, like, yeah, we went up on 187. They came back. Don't we normally start out down on points?
And then the next game.
That was a penalty fest with the Russians.
Yeah, it was a penalty fest. They gave you guys some gifts on that one.
I think we really needed that. We needed those games to happen. We had a really good meeting the other night and talked about it, about our errors. You know, and having this webcast and being able to go back and rewatch things over and over again, hearing the commentary from you guys. I mean, you guys do a great job, and the rest of the crew. And you can break it down, and it takes away all excuses that you have. And you have to go in and say, I made this mistake. We talked about it after the game. We talked about it tonight, and we're going to fix it tomorrow.
And you fixed it today, because today it was 6-1 against Ironman, and the Ironmen are playing great. So that was a big win for you guys, because I think the Ironmen are one of the favorites here with the way they've been playing. And then you demolished Dynasty 7-0. So whatever meeting you guys had last night, it worked.
It's just be positive, support each other, right? Something doesn't go your way, you know, come together, figure out what went wrong, and then adjust and fix it. And everyone is on board and want to win another World Cup.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Here we go. Heat definitely one of the favorites. And now off the break, it looks like Carl Markowski getting shot trying to get up in the center. And X Factor sending a player up in the center as well. It's Colt Roberts, and he gets taken out. So now 3 players left alive for both of these teams, Grayson Goff, Archie Montemayor, and Scott Kemp. Grayson Goff, the kill count leader, 6 confirmed for him for X Factor. He's pretty much the only one shooting anybody right now.
Yeah. I think Shock actually might only have 2 guys left, because they do have one guy still in the box.
You're right. I'm sorry. Caleb Abel and AJ Lawhead. Chris Sosine sits in the box with his 7 kills and is going to have to wait for another 5 seconds. He's coming out in just a second here.
Ooh, let's see if Archie's going to pick up on him. He looks like he's going to have him if he comes out. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, can't run out of that box with your head down.
No,
like
you cannot. No, you cannot. And Archie polishing that game up. Really smart play by Archie. You know, you can hear his coaches yelling at him. He knew that as Chris was coming out of the box, he got all the way down the snake, was taking no pressure, got the kill out of Chris. Rapton got Caleb, and now, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they would say there was 3 guys left, Matty, because apparently he's shooting the last guy in the corner.
Yeah, so the last guy gets run down here. It's Scotty Kemp running down the last player for X Factor, or I'm sorry, for Chicago Aftershock. And So Scott Kemp's going to get another one. Scotty Kemp really stepped up yesterday. That was the best day of paintball I think he's played all year long. It was awesome. And that's the thing with X Factor. I mean, they have the roster they have. When they all play together and they are determined, then it looks like their game against Damage, which was such a beatdown that the only point that Damage scored was a 4-on-2 that Chad Boucher just stepped up and was like, you know what, I'm not losing this one. Yeah. And that was the only point that Damage scored. I talked to Chad actually here during the lunch break, and he said that they're ready to play this afternoon. And also the UWL going down.
I smell something burning.
Yeah, too.
I think there's a fire out there.
Look at how much smoke is over at the UWL field. Look at those big old Florida trees, the palmetto field over there. And definitely looks like a battle has been transpiring.
I got asked to go in there, and I was like, man, I don't know. People were talking about snakes and spiders, and I was like, I think I'll stick to the 10-man and play on the X field. Yeah.
Nick,
that's so much fun out there.
As somebody that came out of the Midwest, I'm going to be a little disappointed in you. I thought you'd be down for that battle.
I would be down, but you know,
Badlands. I mean, you know,
we don't have snakes, and they weren't kidding. They were like, we pulled a snake out of here. And I was like, yeah, no, that's man. No, yeah. I did get to watch some of the games, and it looked pretty epic. They're playing. Did you see those pictures of guys running and diving, like Superman dives to pull flags and stuff? They've got that stuff posted up. PB Nation, say sponsor the game right there on your screen. Unbelievable. The guys that are out there playing, I got to stand next to some of them while I was getting some food, and they're like, their strategy is so intense.
Oh, it's
I
great.
love it.
Have you played any UWLs?
Yeah, Badlands.
Yeah. Who do you play with when you play on UWL?
The old Aftershock guys, Rennick.
Okay,
and
nice,
boys.
nice.
Which is so much fun. You'd say Danny Love, Billy Saransky come out, Manny Francia. A blast. And even going out there and seeing Todd Adamson and Clamper and all those guys playing 10-man is just, for me, having started playing 10-man and watching you guys, you guys being my idols for that, is a blast. Yeah,
that's the World Cup. That's what's great to see, like all this convergence of these styles.
Yeah. AJ Lawhead once again running up the middle for Chicago Aftershock, catches one in the pack just as he gets there. That allows Aftershock to make it out to the snake corner. Think about running up that middle game after game after game is that, it does draw the guns. If you draw a couple guns, one gun on you running up the middle, it does give your wide guys a better chance. Sometimes if you can get your wide guys out into good spots, they can help the rest of your middle guys get up the field a lot easier. Chris Sosine back in the game now. Over there with Rob Velez, Brian McKenna, and Carl Markowski. For Aftershock, Todd Morrow, Archie Montemayor, Colt Robertson, Grayson Goff for San Antonio X Factor. We got Archie over here in the Snakeside Temple. 00 on your screen right there. Playing right next to Todd Morrow in that Snakeside can. Archie dives into Snake 1. Immediately starts working down the wire. May have caught, and he does, diving in. Rob Velez.
You got to be really careful coming around that Snake 1, man.
Yeah, he should have got across that gap a little bit faster.
Oh, nice shot. Chris Sosine picking up Grayson, trying to move into Dorito 1.
Chris Sosine, man.
Doing work for Chicago Aftershock. I mean, yeah, he got that penalty, but Chris Sosine has 8 confirmed kills. He's one of the big reasons that Shock is winning this game right now.
Yeah, Chris Sosine, he's a big kid. I mean, he's almost as tall as that can over there, but the thing is that he's so good with his gun, and he's got such excellent timing. He uses that height to his advantage. You see how tall he's standing over here? He's not the quickest guy on the planet, but you ain't got to be quick when you know when to move.
They're warned to shoot your gun.
Yeah, timing is more important than speed sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah, and made his way all the way out. The field's spread now. He's got another player. I'm not sure who that is over there in the 50 Dorito, but
that's Carl Markowski, still alive in the 50.
Poor Carl Markowski stuck out on a limb over there.
Carl Markowski just gets shot in the head in a gunfight.
We just commentator cursed Carl Markowski over there. But honestly, his time was coming with the way that X Factor was moving down the field. But look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say Sosine took out Archie, but Archie traded out with them. So.
Yeah, that was just a really good shot by Colt Roberts there in the corner. Just grilled up Carl Markowski down the wire. And Chris Sosine in a 3-on-1, unable to pull it out for Chicago Aftershock.
So Archie Montemayor getting a 3-pack there, and Colt Roberts getting a 2-pack on that point. Archie clocking in for Archie, Grayson Goff doing some work for San Antonio X Factor. So 7 minutes and 57 seconds to go here, and we have ourselves a tie matchup. 3-3 is the score. We'll be right back.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. full color, and completely custom options. You can build a custom design straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
Welcome back. We are in the middle of X Factor versus Aftershock, but I wanted to bring you a quick update from the Challenger field. Storm and DMG were going at it. There were 4 majors on Storm, 2 majors on DMG. They both got minors, and they both got grosses. At the end of the match, it was tied 6-6 with 8 minutes left, and DMG ended up winning 7-6. It was a pretty intense match, but now we got to get back to this one, Shock versus X Factor.
Man, that sounds awesome.
Did someone say gross?
Yeah, gross major penalties, 7-6 game, back and forth battle. That would have been amazing to watch.
That's
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of
crazy.
penalties.
Yeah, that's a lot of penalties. So here we go. Chicago Aftershock losing Davey Simmons.
Yeah, Nick Matthews just took about 3 to the loader right there. Somebody put a good stream directly into him.
I think it might have been Billy. I think he came out a little too far to try to get a shot on the X there.
Well, and Colt Roberts is up in that center too right now. Locking it down. Archie gets both those kills, and Nick Matthews and Davey Simmons.
Colt Roberts up in the A now. You know, you got to love versatile players, guys that can play over on the Snake side, up in the Dorito side, up in the middle. You know, it really keeps your opponents guessing on where these guys are going to go.
Yeah, and I think it's been interesting, too, because Shock was going up the middle of the first points and winning, right? While X Factor was trying to go wide and they were getting shot out, and now it's kind of reversed where AJ Lawhead going up the middle for Shock was getting shot, and X Factor is now making the moves up the middle and, you know, using Colt, who's been playing all over the field this event and doing a good job of wherever you put him.
Yeah, Colt's incredibly versatile. I mean, Colt's been doing this for a long time. He's played the Snake, D side, up the center. Colt's just an amazing player, period. And he's one of the best players on the team.
And he's bearing down right now on that Dorito side temple, switching over to the Snake side. Looking across, looking to catch a seam, gonna wrap on that same temple.
Velez coming off for Chicago Aftershock, just AJ Lawhead left, and here comes Roberts. And he's gonna trade out, and then, actually, no, I don't think he traded out, but he did get shot. Regardless, Aftershock is gonna concede that point, which is gonna make it 4-3 here in favor of X Factor.
So what was a 3-0 game is now 4-3. Is that 4 straight points, I think, maybe by X Factor?
Yeah, X Factor definitely, at first it was all Shock. You know, looked really good for Shock, and X Factor getting a really slow start. Looks like a timeout's been called too, so, but by Aftershock to try to slow the momentum of San Antonio X Factor. X Factor getting that slow start to this match, but starting to get back in this game, and now they have the lead. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go, still some time off. It's kind of anyone's game at this point. We'll be right back after this.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants, starting at $29.95. Shop now at ansgear.com and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
So 1-point game here. San Antonio X Factor taking on Chicago Aftershock, and hard-fought match so far. Shock kind of letting it slip here a little bit. Nick, what do you think's happening out there?
I think X Factor, say, is kind of taking a page out of the Shock playbook and gone off the middle. Shock definitely got hurt on the major penalty that they received. Although, say they did run up, Shock did run up those 3 points, you know, courtesy of a Todd Morrow major. But I think, say, X Factor's going over the middle and they're getting their shots on the wide guys, and it seems like Shock slowed it down a little bit. AJ Lawhead's gotten shot a couple times going over the middle, hasn't gotten those kills like he used to. Shock hasn't gotten wide because of X Factor shooting. So that's hurt him, and I don't know, say with Mikey Bruno coaching them, if he sees that, if he says, hey, keep going out to the corner, right, he might try something different again. We'll see who's lined up out there. AJ Lawhead's out there. I'd be interested to see if he goes up shooting snake side up to the middle like he has pretty much the entire game.
Oh, look, we're looking in the pits, where we were looking in the pits there for Chicago Aftershock about 37 seconds to go before the start of this next point. Again, this game brought to you by PB Nation, but the thing is, Shock started out so well, stole the early momentum, but I think X Factor kind of had a little gut check about 3 points ago and realized, oh my God, Shock actually came, they came firing up.
Yeah.
They came playing this game here and doing and executing. Shock was executing early on, and you're right, that was a pretty accurate breakdown of exactly what had happened here, and now X Factor is up 4-3.
Yeah, this will be a big point for Shock, you know, momentum-wise.
Yeah, Aftershock trying to stay in this game right now. Get some bodies alive, and there they send AJ Lawhead once again up the center.
He gets bounced.
Catches a lucky bounce
and
right
they
in his chest.
Did you just see the Markowski barrel roll here in Snake 2, making it in clean?
I hope we have a replay of that. I did not see that. I was
Carl
checking out
Markowski, we have yet to see anybody run all the way on the outside and go to Snake 2. People have run on the inside, but Carl just did it, made it clean, and barrel rolled on the way in.
He's fast. The barrel roll I want to see.
We've been polling everybody. We're polling everyone. Do you think Carl is the fastest guy in the league? And if you don't think he's the fastest guy in the league, who's faster?
No, I'd say Carl is. I mean, throughout watching paintball throughout the years, I haven't seen anyone faster. I remember watching him play. I think he was on Tipman Effect. He did this. He ran so fast and he slid like it seemed like halfway across the field, all the way down this hyperball tube. Yeah. On Tipman Effect, I was like, who is that guy? That was ridiculous.
That's how he got on Excessive. My God, who is that kid?
Yeah, and Nate, you know, playing smarts in the Snake too.
Yeah, he struggled yesterday. I'm glad he's back in paintball in general and back on Shock, because he's one of the most entertaining players to watch.
Yeah, and I think he struggled because he hasn't found a definitive role to play in the field, right? It's either using him as a scud missile, and that can be tough, right? I mean, you go somewhere and you get shot, and you're like, he knows how fast he is, and it's no fun to go run somewhere on the break and get shot point after point after point. But he makes the run and does a barrel roll and gets into the Snake 3 now. Shock doing good. Crystal C moving out to that Aztec on the Dorito side, or Dorito 2.
Yeah, Sos is doing work again over there. Comes down the wire and shoots Todd Morrow out, leaving just Scott Kemp and now Dixon Yang still alive. And here comes Carl Markowski down the Snake right now. Scotty Kemp coming out of that corner, and Dixon Yang going to be the last player in that Snake side can to get shot out in the back by Carl Markowski.
Good game by Carl Markowski.
So nice aggressive game plan right there by Mikey Bruno, getting AJ Lawhead directly up the middle and sending Carl Markowski. Like I was saying, you know, like when you send that guy up, you know, consistently, people look for it. And when they turn the guns on the inside, it lets your outside guys get a little bit better of a chance to make their spots. And you saw Carl Markowski with that long stretch get in there and get some kills right away. You know, shot Grayson Goff.
Well, it looks like
Scott Kemp there at the end.
Todd, sorry to interrupt. Looks like we have the replay here for Carl Markowski in this barrel roll. So here it comes, the Scud missile. Carl Markowski, speedy demon, gets in there. Oh, looks like his arm went out of bounds there.
Oh no, he's still on the line. He's on the line.
All right, he's on the line. Well, regardless, it worked out.
We get an official ruling.
Yeah.
That was I'd say he saved it.
Yeah, I think he did the barrel roll just to stay in bounds. Yeah. But he went as far out as he could, because that's how Carl Markowski pushes the limits.
Carl Markowski is...
He did that on purpose.
Yeah, it was a test.
Absolutely.
That was good. Jumping over, I watched the replay like 3 times of him jumping over
the snake.
That was awesome.
It was great.
I mean, it looked like it hurt.
It was Fedorov-esque. Fedorov does that kind of. Yeah, Air Markowski.
We haven't had an Air Fedorov in a while.
No, we haven't had Air Fedorov.
Air Moscow?
Air Moscow.
That's Carl Markowski, a.k.a. the heated one, a.k.a. the microwave, a.k.a. Hot Carl. You know what I mean? We'll go to commercial.
AKA, we have a
right
commercial.
back.
Stick around.
We'll be right back.
Here we go. Split screen breakout shock on your left, X Factor on your right. 4-4 is the score, all tied up here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Colt Roberts going up the middle, trading out with Caleb Abel going up the middle for Chicago Aftershock. So even bodies now, still 4-on-4. Chicago Aftershock loses number 13 right there, Cliff Ginter, out of the Dorito can. Just one body on the Dorito side of the field now. That's McKenna. We got Davey Simmons, Nick Matthews over here on the Snake side. San Antonio X Factor's got Billy Bonacci in the Snake Temple. Grayson Goff over there in the Dorito can. Davey Simmons just gets shot for Chicago Aftershock. Nick Matthews takes that opportunity to dive into the Snake and go straight to Snake 2. But coming over and across, Archie Monomer also crawls into Snake 2 for X Factor. He's got the opportunity to come get Nick Matthews right now.
Archie looked like he had a little gun issue. Now he's got it back up and rolling. Probably still a ball stuck in there.
And Shock's going to concede that point.
Yeah, Nick Matthews getting shot, getting pulled out.
I was going to say, I thought Nick Matthews might have had a chance to stand up and run Archie and Billy down. They both stood on the snake at the same time and kind of had their guns and their heads down. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But
Billy gunned up right away down the wire. Would have been a bloodbath.
I was waiting for it. I was like, here it comes, here it comes. Nothing.
No. Carl Markowski would have done it.
He probably would have side Mac twisted with it.
Would have jumped over Snake 2.
We need to put this who's the fastest man in paintball question to rest. It needs to happen. We need to get Holiday. We need to get Keith Brown.
Skinny Kevin said that Daniel Holiday is faster than Keith Brown, and Daniel Holiday will beat anybody in the league.
Well, I had a Facebook war, not a war, we just had a little conversation. I love Holiday, but Holiday was like, hey, I want that race. I'm the fastest guy in Tampa Bay Damage. I come from fast stock. And I guess his dad was the guy that used to just roll up and smoke all the kids, like literally smoking a cigarette, roll up and be like, oh, you kids want to race? Put a cigarette down, still lit, smoke them all in a race, pick the cigarette up. Yeah. So
my money's on Carl.
Yeah.
Me too. I think Holiday's blazing fast, but I've never I played with Carl for years, and we raced him against everyone in the league for years, and he never lost a race one time ever against everybody.
Yeah, I would take Carl. I remember, I think, geez, like way back in like 07, people were racing in the hallways. Crunchy was racing kids in the hallways. But like one of the events, I would.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to get that race one of these days. Hopefully, we can get it on film. So here we go. Here's bracket 1. Earlier on, Houston Heat, Nick Sloviak's team, 4-0 with a +16. Dominant performance from them as well. Los Angeles Ironman 3-1 with a big +11 too. And then the rest of the crew, Dynasty 2-2, -1, up to 187 crew. And
I wonder how that'll affect the series.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's we're going to have to get you guys that information as well. So here we go. One of the closest games that we've seen all year or all tournament long right now. X Factor leading against Shock. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And off the break, Shock loses Brian McKenna. They still have Velez, Simmons, Sosine, and Lahed left on the field. Sosine, 10 confirmed kills for him. He did get a major penalty, though, but having a field day for Shock. It's a good pickup for Shock, improving it out there.
Definitely a good pickup. AJ Lawhead taking it slower this time, then working his way up to the X. Let's see if he can get this trade out with Ninos. And you know what? He shoots him and stays alive. Great move by AJ Lawhead to do that, to recognize it, ask for a check, and I can't talk about anyone because they die after I talk about them.
You're not the only one. Don't worry about it. So Archie Monomer for San Antonio X Factor right there in the Snake Temple, backed up by Todd Morrow in that Snake side can, filling out Colt Roberts from the Dorito can to the Dorito corner to come in right behind Scott Kemp, who's in that Dorito 1. Scott Kemp looking to launch. He jumps into the Dorito Temple. Davey Simmons all the way from the Snake corner, straight into Snake 2. He's got Rob Velez with him. They're on the inside, protecting him from the Snake Temple. Chris Sosine by himself. just wrecking people this game with 10 confirmed kills already.
I think he gets another one on the 50 Dorito.
Oh, and he shoots Scott Kemp at another tally. 11 confirmed kills right now for Chris Sosine.
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna have to talk with his teammates too, because time is winding down.
Absolutely.
It looks like X Factor is getting to dig in mode. They're dropping the anchor.
Well,
Archie's on both knees. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and Simmons is in better field position over here on the Snake side, but it's 3-on-3 right now. So the body count is even, but Shock has better field position. But they're gonna have to do something. Oh, there
Davey
it is.
Simmons comes up over the top and shoots Todd Morrow.
Archie,
they go to sleep and allow Archie to get into a place where he can play sit and hide ball.
I think a minute 25 seconds come up in the game, so yeah, Shock's gonna have to put this together, figure out how to dig out.
Oh, and Davey Simmons gets shot out of the Snake. And here comes Colt Roberts attacking down the wire, going head-to-head with Chris Sosine. Colt Roberts wins the battle this time. Shoots out Chris Sosine from the 50. Now it is just Rob Velez, but Rob Velez shoots Colt Roberts. It's a one-on-one. We'll see if Rob Velez, he's got 1 minute to win a one-on-one against one of the best one-on-one players in the game right now, Archie Montemayor, in a big bunker out in the corner.
Yeah, and Rob Velez, this is how you make yourself a hero for your team. Can he dip a shot in here on Archie Montemayor? 9 confirmed kills for Archie, Rob 5. Rob's got to make something happen.
I want to yell at him, hey, Rob, you don't, well, Jesus, that was scary. I don't think he's got any paint.
Oh, that's not good for him, because all Archie has to do is just kick it for 32 seconds.
He's got to make his way to the flag, man. Yeah, he's got no paint.
Rob Velez not in a good situation here with no paint and down a point. And he did exactly what you just said he had to do, get by the flag. Not a lot of time left, 17 seconds. There's Archie right there on your screen. All he needs to do is just watch over that flag and not needlessly engage in gunfights. And here comes Rob Velez. He's just going to run down, and he gets shot out. So Archie Montemayor able to assure that San Antonio X Factor will take this victory home. Hell of a play by Archie Montemayor. That's going to give him 10 confirmed kills. Colt Roberts went to work before he got shot, though. 3-pack for Colt Roberts, and he had 8 confirmed kills. So the final score is going to be 5-4 in favor of X Factor, but a big fight put up by Shock. We thought early on maybe they were going to run away with it, but X Factor finally finding their form and ended up taking that victory. But a great game regardless.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think the experience definitely showed on X Factor's part.
And X Factor, now 2-1 with their win over Damage, their loss to Impact, and now their win over Aftershock. They will be playing Infamous later. And it's probably going to be a win or go home for them in that Damage game, because Impact, they're 2-0, but they play Infamous and Damage today. So, I mean, if you get 3-1 in this bracket, then there's a really good chance that you're going to go in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to end up where you got 3 teams that are 3-1. 2-2 is usually a ticket to safety, but not the relegation game. But X Factor, they want to make top 4 here. They can punch their own ticket.
Well, X Factor took 3rd here at this event last year.
Yeah.
Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly, 4th member of our broadcast crew. She's down on the sidelines with X Factor.
Thanks, guys. I have Colt Roberts here with me from X Factor. Congratulations. That was an amazing match. Were you expecting Shock to come out that hard and strong?
Oh, yeah. They've been playing great all weekend. Maybe they had a wake-up call when they were down in the Challengers League and won their way back. They're coming in strong. They've given everybody games pretty much.
So they did come off strong, and they had a lot of good plays. But what do you think it really comes down to when you have to win these matches to get into Sunday?
Well, you could just see their inexperience. They had body counts, and we're losing the close points, and that's what it takes to win these tournaments. We were able to dink them out 2-on-4s, 2-on-3s, and win points, and that's what's hurting them.
Well, you're going to be playing Infamous next. They're playing Impact next. I know you're going to scout them out, but what are you expecting them to come? They're hungry to get to Sunday.
Yeah, they are. They haven't been playing extremely strong, but Damien has been playing stellar, probably the best of the tournament, so we just got to make sure to neutralize him and hope the rest of them don't show up to play. Otherwise, it's going to be another battle like this.
All right, we'll see how Damien Ryan and Infamous does in their battle against Impact coming up.